Hello, everyone. And today at Electronics Media, we have an opportunity to talk with Samay Yamani, the Chief Technical Officer of VRV Solutions. And we are at IMC. So let's talk about the future of digital economy and digital India. So, my first question is, as networks transition to 6G, AI RAN will play a key role. Please highlight the transformative potential of AI in radio access networks.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me here. Definitely, yes, we 6G and the next telecommunication is going to have a lot of impact, not just on the communication that we are using today, like voice or text or internet, but actually on the industry, on the social aspect of the society at whole. And why AI is going to become important? Because the complexity of what the need for the telecommunication today. I mean, think about we're going to have it in agriculture, in automotive, in manufacturing. It requires a lot of different configuration of the network, a lot of different dynamics for the network to be able to do this. And we still have limited spectrum, so we need to work within the spectrum. So definitely AI is going to play a very important role. Traditionally, AI have been used after the fact. You run the network, you get some data, okay, how we can optimize, do some kind of AI analysis and then optimize. But this is not good enough anymore because the dynamic nature of the network is going to require that AI be embedded in the network itself. That AI is going to make these decisions in real time to adapt to different behaviors. Let's say you have weather performance or you have some traffic or some event where a lot of people are coming. AI will automatically detect the congestion and will dynamically change the analysis of the network, that the protocols, the way the receiver works, the way the transceivers work. So it will automatically help the network to natively adapt to these kind of changes behavior and changing dynamics. At the same time, AI is going to also help the network to be self-predicting. It will predict if there is a problem before the problem happens. It will also have the network to be self-healing, which means I don't have to wait, for time to actually fix the problem. The network will predict the problem, will heal itself, will adapt itself so that the problem doesn't happen and confuse the customer or reduces the performance of the network. So AI is going to play a very important role. Now, for us as Viavi, AI, native AI is going to provide an opportunity and a challenge. Traditionally, you test a network based on standard performance and gold metrics, but now is AI making dynamic changes? Who's testing the AI? And we are providing this AI, testing AI. We have this saying in the US: don't go to a gunfight with a knife, right? So if AI is doing the changes, also another AI has to test this AI and find out if it's working or not. And this is the thing that Viavi is leading in this kind of AI native network.
That's fantastic. My second question is again related to the future technology. We are in the era of quantum. Organizations are transitioning to post-quantum encryption. How can they stay ahead of risk and prepare for quantum safe future?
Yes, this is a great question because I argue that maybe quantum computing is maybe 3-5 years, but quantum safe technology is yesterday. Why? Because there is a threat already. This whole idea of harvest now, decrypt later. This is happening right now. So your communication network can be actually collected today, and when quantum computing is happening, it will be decrypted, and a lot of your security is gone. So today there is two different mechanisms that industry have been talking about to actually make the network and the communication quantum safe. One is using quantum phenomena itself, we call it quantum entanglement, to actually do key distribution so that the quantum key encryption and distribution happens at the physical layer with quantum technology that's completely 100% safe. It cannot be snooped, it cannot be decrypted. And the second thing is an application of new algorithms that is coming. There is resistance to the quantum decryption. We call it post-quantum cryptography. What is really Viavi is actually taking the lead is that each one of these methods have a pro and con, right? The quantum key distribution is very safe, but it cannot work at long distances or across the borders. Post-quantum cryptography is easy to add because it's algorithm, but the problem is, first of all, it's not totally safe, and also it requires a lot of performance issues to actually implement it. Viavi is coming with this technology to hybrid between both, PQC and QKD, and how you can test this also with classical. So we are providing a lot of tools and suites of applications. Viavi comes from the photonic area. We have done this with fiber technology for years and years. So now we're bringing a lot of our expertise and tools together to help in the industry having those post-quantum safe technologies available today.
Okay. My next question is, how is the industry advancing and on Open RAN and interoperability? And what's your intake on it?
Yes. Open RAN has been, a hallmark of the industry. People have been pushing for it because, openness is a key. Today, we are requiring a lot of these different applications that has to have access to the network, and having a black box where you cannot access it unless you have to talk to a specific vendor is not viable anymore. So open network, which is open radio access network as well, is very key. Now, the challenges are, testing this and testing interoperability is huge, and the amount of time and technology that needs to help in doing this is big. Viavi is providing a lot of Open RAN testing technologies, and we are actually coming up with something very unique in the industry. We call it Lab as a Service for Open RAN, where if you're a small innovator and you cannot afford building a lab, you can actually come and use this as a service, and Viavi will provide this expertise and analysis with the vendor. So we are together, hand in hand in the trenches, helping them going through the hump of getting this interoperability happening.
Okay. Now my fourth question related to 6G technology advancement. Would you like to brief something about it? And what role does digital twins play in 6G?
So 6G is really, I call it a little bit of an evolution of where 5G failed. 5G came with a lot of promises, but of course, we didn't achieve all the promises because it was a big, revolution over 4G. 6G is gonna bring a lot of what we have missed in 5G in terms of low latency, ultra low latency, ultra availability, densification of the network. But also 6G is gonna come up with unique technologies. I think 6G, extending, the capabilities of looking at massive MIMO and providing, a better coverage and a better dynamic behavior of the network with spectrum sharing, with energy efficiency. All of this will be a very key hallmark of 6G. But also 6G is going to come up with new technologies. There is a discussion about integrating sensing and communication, ISAC, which is going to provide a lot of capabilities. Now, here where 6G digital twin is important, because this complexity, today you cannot afford doing something in the lab, and then when you go to the field, it doesn't work, right? This now things are moving very fast. So what we're doing with the digital twin is that because Viavi has a lot of expertise in the field, a lot of expertise collecting a lot of the data from the network, we are bringing the field data into the lab and having now this not just simulation, is real network. So now when you're testing this new technology, is as if you're testing it on a geo network with all the scalability, with all the different behavior. Also using GenAI to create simulation of events that can happen. Let's say you have a monsoon coming at the same time, and you have to know how you can be resilient. You can emulate this in a 6G digital twin and see if your network is ready for that or not, or what do you need to do in terms of processes to actually make that. So 6G digital twin is going to help in the research area, it's going to help in the development area, it's going to help in the deployment, but it also is going to help in the operation side of it.
Okay. Now we talk about non-terrestrial network. It is said to be a key enabler of next generation digital infrastructure. How do Viavi test solutions help in validating the performance of NTN networks?
Right. So the NTN is a technology that is not, science fiction anymore. I think we already know there is a statistics that 92 or 93% of operators around the world already have an NTN plan, which is key. Now, there is a lot of still problems in NTN, Doppler effect, how you can actually manage, device uplink, bandwidths and all the handover scenarios. Viavi provides, again, another environment. It's a digital twin for NTN where you can test all the solutions for NTN, looking at the constellation of LEO or GEO and how you can actually do handover, how you can manage the Doppler effect, how you can manage this, communication between the device and NTN. And you can do this in real scenario as if you're running, and you can actually test these. At the same time, we're also, monitoring and providing capabilities and evaluation of a lot of different algorithms where you can improve the end-to-end performance and the end-to-end capabilities, right? And we have done one of the first demonstration to show an end-to-end between Japan and Singapore, where they actually had a real time conference with high bandwidth with real time using end-to-end network. So this is it's coming. It's going to help a lot of the industry. This is helping maritime. It's helping agriculture. It's helping critical service, emergency services. So this is something that is coming, and Viavi is taking the lead in helping all the players in NTN actually have the best performance in the network.
Okay. My second last question is, recently Viavi acquired Inertial Labs. How does this acquisition help Viavi in expanding capabilities in positioning, navigation, and timing sector?
Right. So Viavi we have done a couple of acquisitions recently. One of them was Jackson Labs, where we had timing, which has to be resilient. Today, a lot of people depend on GPS and for timing, but GPS can be jammed. And, we have seen a lot of problems where, this is going to impact, networks and critical infrastructure. So having a resilient timing is great. So that's one area. With Inertial Lab, we're bringing the navigation, because now we have a lot of applications for, industrial applications, for mining, for maritime, for also defense, where you really need to be able to be resilient to, jamming, to actually have navigation that is accurate, that's using sensor fusion, not just depending on one single way of finding where you are on Earth. So you'll actually be able to bring these sensor fusions in a very compact way and have this kind of, very strong resilience, very strong navigation continuously with very minimum change in directions and behavior with these two technologies.
My last question is, how do you see Indian market in terms of digital growth?
So India is doing is taking big strides in becoming a leader in a lot of these technologies. I think India has shown with 5G, with Open RAN technology, providing radio capabilities, a lot of innovative companies coming out from India, not just serving the India market. Actually, we are seeing it service the entire world. That I think this is where India is taking big strides in 6G, in quantum safe technologies. And I believe this is not going to help only the Indian ecosystem inside India for the society, for defense, for industrial applications, but we see India actually leading the world in providing some of these capabilities to be the first into the market for some of these great and innovative technologies.
Okay, so my last, it's not a question. Would you like to say something about your Indian clients from Viavi?
Yes.
Any message?
Right. We love being here. We actually have learned a lot from our Indian customers because they are bringing us a lot of challenging questions and challenging technologies. We have a lot of partnership inside India with our customers, with our telcos, with our vendors, and with our research institutions. We are bringing quantum safe technologies in collaboration, hand to hand, with innovation in the quantum technologies in India, with the government support as well. We are looking at working with funding inside India to actually enable some of our technologies in India. So this is great for Viavi. It's kind of a win and win technologies between Viavi and the Indian ecosystem.
Okay, thanks for your time.
Thank you so much, and a pleasure of mine.